When I was 19 years old, I was hospitalized 4 times for manic psychosis, and now I'm healthy and everything is good. I want to share that journey. I want to share what it was like today, just a little bit of the brief history of my illness, and hopefully this inspires some of you to take up metabolic therapies, implement these into your life, and definitely stick around until the end of the video because I'll be talking about some of the key things I did and the strategies I used to recover. Like I said, when I was 19, I had my first manic episode, and I was a freshman in college at the time. It was my second semester. I had pledged a fraternity. I was drinking a lot, smoking a lot of weed, smoking cigarettes, taking all these hard classes at UC Berkeley at the time, and I spun out. And I didn't sleep for 6 days, and I went to the psych ward, and they locked me in there. They pinned me down. They shot a medication in my butt, and I spent two weeks there horrified with delusions and full-blown mania. And so that was the start of everything, that March of 2016. And for the next 2 years, I would experience homelessness, psychosis, 2 years of complete chaos and instability, in and out of manias that were more and more severe. And over that 2-year period, I was hospitalized 4 times. I was in the psych ward 4 times, each time for about 2 weeks. Each time I was locked in there, and each time I had full-blown psychosis, delusions. I mean, I thought I was Plato reincarnated. I thought I was receiving personal messages through YouTube, through spiritual figures on YouTube. So after I came out and I started to do some things better, and I started to take care of myself and exercise and take care of my sleep, things were still challenging. So from that period, 2018 to about 2020, I was doing everything right, or at least I thought I was doing everything right. I was taking medication as prescribed. I was on polypharmacy, a handful of 4 or 5 medications, including a benzodiazepine, an antipsychotic, a mood stabilizer, just everything, right? I was exercising, I was going to therapy, I was taking meds as prescribed. I was doing everything that modern 21st century Western psychiatry recommended. Everything that the doctors told me to do, I was doing it. But I was still not well. And I would have to take extra antipsychotic medication just to stop myself from going into a manic episode. Like every few weeks, I would start to wake up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 4:30, and I would feel the mania coming on, the hypomania, and I would have to take medication. And I tried everything. I finally quit drinking, quit smoking cigarettes, but still I was struggling with my mood and trying to figure out how to cope with these manic episodes I was experiencing. Our family got so lucky that in 2020, late 2020, my mom stumbled across the work of Dr. Chris Palmer, who's a metabolic psychiatrist, and he treats people with mental illnesses using metabolic therapies, things like a ketogenic diet, ketogenic ultra low carb diet, sleep protocol and sleep hygiene, physical exercise, stress reduction, so many of these metabolic therapies that are healing. We were so lucky my mom came across that, because without it, I would not be where I'm at right now. I went on a ketogenic diet in 2021, in January 4th of 2021, and it changed my entire life. I cannot even articulate the impact that a ketogenic diet had on my mental health, on my bipolar disorder. My hypomanic episodes, my manic episodes that had been plaguing me for years, 4 years, stopped when I started that ketogenic diet in 2021. And I went through that March and through that spring when I usually got manic on 5 milligrams of olanzapine with no problems with my mood, and everything just fell into place. I was able to recover. I was able to start working. I was able to take care of things, and my executive function was back, and I could play chess again, and I could play piano, and my relationships improved. And it's just a miracle. Like, it's a miracle that I'm here. The only reason I'm here and that I'm well is because our family found these therapies, and I started a ketogenic diet in 2021. That's the only reason I'm here. Like, without this, you guys, I would have nothing. I would be struggling. And so for the people out there who are struggling, it's not your fault. Like, maybe you just haven't found a treatment that works. And modern psychiatry, as grateful as I am for these medications, because I can take olanzapine, Zyprexa whenever I need to, and it'll stop a manic episode. They didn't work for me. Like, they just didn't work for me. And so I did these things. I was able to recover. I cannot impress upon all of you the horror of being in the psych ward like that, out of my mind in this scary hospital, And so for the people out there, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry you're going through this. We really need to like rethink our entire approach to how we treat patients in this country. A psych ward is an awful place to be if you're out of your mind or suicidally depressed. Inside, I mean, I remember there were times I could not even go outside. Like, I was locked in a room inside in the ward and I couldn't even go outside. I mean, there's no places to exercise in these psych wards, and the diet is terrible. And I remember they were feeding me root beer, and it was awful. Please, if you're interested in these metabolic therapies and you're curious about them, watch some of my other videos. Watch Metabolic Mind, where Dr. Brett Scher talks about how to implement a ketogenic diet and how to talk to your doctor about a ketogenic diet and how to do some of these other therapies that can be life-changing. Like, please, guys, if you don't believe this, and I know a lot of people will just say, okay, some kooky diet, that's not actually going to do it. Like, a lot of people are super skeptical, and I understand that. A lot of, like, people come around with weird stuff like alternative medicine, and they're like, this is going to cure you, this weird thing, this whatever it is. So people are skeptical. I understand that. It makes sense to me. But please, like, if you have questions about this and you don't believe it, and you haven't tried this, you haven't tried a low-carb diet and sleep hygiene and exercise and drug and alcohol abstinence and nicotine abstinence, oh my God, so important. Nicotine abstinence, right? Nicotine was like a spiritual experience for me. It had a profound impact on me, but it made me manic. This is just a random rant for you guys, but just wanted to explain a little bit more about my story. If you've had similar experiences, share them in the comments, please, and subscribe so we can get this message out to as many people as possible. People need these treatments, you guys. They need them. So share this with a friend, subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like. Let me know the video you'd like me to make next. Okay, that's all I got. Peace out, everyone.